Alright, let's see if this is working. Alright, Shalom. Alright, Shalom. Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Akwakadash, and double honors to the elders and apostles, GMS, and peace, salutation, and blessing to all the Akim laboring this truth, and Shalom to the hopeful elect. Alright, so I'm going to pull a few precepts and get this little news article off of RT. Alright, it's a little one, be edifying to the spirit. Alright, it's Revelation chapter 13, verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Alright, and that's referring to the system that is set up, today. Alright, let's get it. It says the two horns like a lamb, modern day would be the Republicans and the Democrats. Alright, but we understand that, America, Babylon the Great, spiritual Sodom and Egypt is, the modern day Roman Empire. Alright. The, ancient Rome resurrected. Alright. Let me get here's the little news story here. Alright, so this RT, it says China says democracy. Alright, going into that dragon. Alright. The ways of Esau, his system he has set up. Alright, consists of so-called democracy. It says China says democracy used as a weapon of mass destruction. Alright. So here you got Moab, heathen nation. Hey, they're calling it out. Ways of America. Hey, it's a weapon of mass destruction. Alright, so I say what does it say? For all nations have drunken of that wine. Alright, going into the philosophies, the ways of America. Alright. So it says the Chinese Foreign Ministry has accused the U.S. of using the idea of democracy as a weapon of mass destruction to impose its will upon the world. What is that? The hammer of the earth. And what's it? He's a proud man, never keepeth at home. Alright, so these devils, Esau, Edom, alright, has imposed his will upon the world, alright, by way of democracy. Says after Beijing was left uninvited from Washington Summit for Democracy. So, here you got China. I guess they were uninvited to, their little party. Alright, so hey, they calling them out on it now. Hey, y'all don't want to, invite us, whatever it may be. Alright, we know, thus say the Bible, all these other nations, including, the allies of America, the EU, the NATO, alright, they all should hate the whore. Alright, the Lord, He gonna put it in the, the king's heart. All these other nations, when it comes said time, where they all gonna burn her with that fire. It says leaders and dignitaries from 100 countries and international organizations took part in the Biden administration's Summit for Democracy on Thursday, and allies proclaimed their support for civic society and equality and commit to funding pro-democracy NGOs at home and abroad. I'm not sure what NGO means, but it says China, the U.S. principal geopolitical rival, was not invited, while other countries in Washington's bad books, namely Russia and Hungary, I can't say it right, Hungary, were also snubbed. All right, so hey, the Russia, all right, and China, which consists of, the main, the two main, countries that have modernized weapon capabilities. Right? Oh, proud ass Biden in the U.S. Hey, these devils, they didn't invite China and Russia. But it's all falls into prophecy, all right? The Lord gonna stir up the heart of the Medes, all right, going to Russia, all right, first and foremost, and all these other countries, they're gonna join in. It says the Chinese Foreign Ministry took the opportunity on Saturday to trash the summit and accuse the U.S. of hiding its efforts to maintain global hegemony behind the term democracy. Hey, and this is where it gets good right here. It says, or down here, I think, I get to it a little bit. But let me continue on. It says, whether a country is democratic or not should be decided by its own people, not a handful of finger-pointing outsiders. A statement from the ministry read, a country's democratic system and its path to democracy should be chosen independently by its own people in light of their national reality, which we know, all these people playing puppet roles. All right, they are all controlled, all right, by the elites. All right, it don't matter if it's Republican or Democrat, and they all have the same agenda at the end of the day. All right. So it went on to hammer the U.S. for attempting to bring democracy at gunpoint to Afghanistan, Iraq, Libya, and Syria, and for sanctions and the threat of color revolutions to coerce other states into accepting its version of democracy. A color revolution is a term used to describe an attempt. All right, so this is what I was wanting to get down to right here. It says, while China has criticized the U.S. for engaging in such underhand tactics, Western media, so here we go. Hey, who controls the media? Same people controlling, these government, these talking heads. All right, it's all controlled by the elites. All right, your banking families. They control everything. It says Western media has celebrated Washington's template for winning other people's election. Beijing's statement accused the U.S. of using democracy as a weapon of mass destruction, which, hey, the ways of Esau, the ways of the world, all right, run underneath the wicked rulership that it is. Hey, it is mass destruction. It lead to death. All right, the only solution, all right, is Yahweh Bashem Yahshua. All right, the return of our Lord Yahweh Shah in the establishment, of the kingdom, the eternal kingdom. So we should firmly reject and oppose all forms of pseudo-democratic and anti-democratic practices and political manipulations under the cover of democracy, the statement concluded. And they must have they must have updated this, because earlier when I looked at it, it had a quote in it from one of the Chinese, from one of the China people, and basically he said he was going into it, about the ways of America, the democracy, but it said that the media labeled him a so-called conspiracy theorist. All right, but anyways, let me get this. This is Revelation chapter 17 verse 8. It says, "The beast that thou sawest and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit." All right, talking about when Esau come back into power, beginning of the Renaissance, saying, "And go into perdition, and they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was and is not and yet is." It says, "Shall ascend out of the bottomless pit." Esau, coming back into power, time of the Renaissance, around the mid 1400s, whose names are not written. The only people who can be written in the book of life are the elect of Israel. Let's see. Revelation 11 verse 7 says, "And when they have finished their testimony, the beast that ascended out of the bottomless pit shall make war against them, and shall overcome them and kill them." All right, so they shall have finished their testimony when the 3.5 years, all right, which that prophecy had been fulfilled. I think that 3.5 years going to the 350 years of the Great Awakening, before the Great Awakening started. If I'm mistaken, but it said the beast represents NATO, the EU, and the US. An example, the Neo-Roman Empire shall overcome them, the coming time of Jacob's trouble. All right, so again, China says the democracy used as a weapon of mass destruction. All right, and these, hey, it's exactly what it is. All right, with the wicked decrees, all right, and all out, wickedness that these devils push out throughout the earth, starting with, Babylon the Great, which is, America. All right. Let's see, this is this is Revelation 18 verse 3. It says, "For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication." Again, going into, they have taken on the ways of America, Babylon the Great. All right, they drunk that wine. So the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. All right, they all do business with, America. They all take, in the American ways. All right, it says, "And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies." Again, this is another key indicator of who of who Babylon the Great is. All right, no other than America. All right, what other country is making all these other countries rich by the merchants of the earth? It's like they have all them cruise ships and all them container ships, constantly coming in this place. All right, the people here, they live deliciously. All right, for the most part. This is America's the cash whore for all these other countries. They make all their money off, the what you call it, the buying and selling that goes on in this place. All right. I'll read on verse 4. It says, and I heard another voice saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of your sins. Again, that going into, when you house shy, make that return. All right. On the chariot, which the world Indian call a UFO, and gather the elect, from over here in Babylon the Great and around the four corners of the earth, wherever. All right. Says, and that you receive not her plagues, because the plagues that come into America, Babylon the Great, is the ICBM missiles. All right. Complete and utter destruction. That's why they refer to the lake of fire. This place gonna be on fire. All right. It says, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and Most High hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewards you, and double unto her, double according to her works. And the cup which she fill to her double. So how much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously. Again, America, that proud, proud to be American spirit. All right, all these, people, that had that generational wealth, where it's everything that, is found over here is all on thievery. All right, rape, rob, murder. These devils, completely come here and, conquer the land and then drain the resources. All right, get that, the free slave labor. All right, these and a lot of these devils still, to this day, have gathered that generational wealth. All right, and they're still living deliciously. And the tribes, of course, the tribes, from for the most part, is still, suffering. All right, still on the bottom. Living paycheck to paycheck. All right, those whom are blessed enough to even, have a job, have, anything going. All right, it says how much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously, and you just look around the earth at these other countries, except for like the European countries and these other heathen countries like China and Japan, some of these other countries, they're pretty good. But then you have really, really poor countries, all right, where these devils completely, utterly, continue to keep them other countries poor. All right, the countries that don't want to, bow down to this beast system and play ball with these devils. All right, what they do, they make up a reason to go bomb their ass. We'll go there and help, and then next they stealing their resources. All right, but like I say, these devils, they ain't satisfied. All right, they can never get enough. It says, so much torment and sorrow give her. Again, referring to America. For she said in her heart, I set a queen and am no widow. She'll see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be early burned with fire. Again, that fire, you're going to be from the ICBM missiles, and the concentrated beams come from the chariots. For strong is the Lord Yahweh, Bashim Yashah, who judgeth her. All right. Again, these devils, everybody in this earth, they're going, the Lord going to make it known. All right. Who running the show. All right. And again, another key indicator, America being Babylon the Great. Verse 9, the kings of the earth who commit fornication live deliciously with her. All right, shall bewail her and lament her when they should see the smoke of her burning. Why? Because again, they're making all their money off of America. So when it's lit up, hey, they're gonna be sad. Stand far off for the feel of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city for in 1 hour, thy judgment is come. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. No. But yeah, this is just a little lesson plus a little test run on this Mobazin Live. You know, let me get this real quick. Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3, for the vision is yet for a point of time, but at the end shall speak and not lie. At the end it shall speak and not lie. Alright. And, you know, through the spirit and power, Habashim, you know, some of the elder apostles on down like my brothers, bringing out this word. Alright. You know, we are able to, you know, measure the times. I say Ezra chapter 9, you know, measure the other times diligently in itself. So we are measuring the times, you know, based on, you know, what the scriptures say, all right, what the prophecy foretells, all right, because as I say, Isaiah 55:11, you know, the word of the Lord, you know, not gonna come back void. Habakkuk 2:3, for the visions yet for a point in time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come and will not tarry. All right, so we know America, Babylon the Great, you know, destruction coming. All right, just waiting on that, you know, what, a few more, you know, real big prophecies to, you know, pop off, which Revelation 13:16, you know, the Taragma, all right, going into that buying and selling. You know, they're gonna come and try to hit everybody up, you know, with that that digital all. You know, these devils trying to make everybody a perpetual slave. And we know, you know, the judgment for receiving that MOTB, that Taragma, you know, Revelation 14 goes into the judgment. All right. And we know, you know, these devils, like I say in let me get that real quick. Jeremiah 13:23. Jeremiah 13:23. Can the Ethiopian change his skin or the leopard his spots? Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil. All right, so we know these devils ain't accustomed to do good. All right, so no matter what it looks like, at the end of the day, they set up to be what the Lord made them to be. All right, which is the devil the Bible speaks of. So Lord, let me get that back. It says, back to Habakkuk 2:3. All right, the vision is yet for a point of time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, will not tarry. Behold, his soul. All right, going to the, you know, Esau, the wicked. Behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him. All right, these devils, hey, they ain't right. But the just shall live by faith. All right, and that's what, hey, the Lord gives this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and it's all by, you know, the Lord bless us with his faith. All right, and you know, that's what it is. We're gonna live by faith. All right, we're gonna wait upon, you know, Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, because that's the only you know, way to salvation. All right, if you know, for everybody who you're gonna trust in Esau, you know, trust in, you know, his pseudoscience. I trust in the devil, because again, the devil's y'all deceiver. He deceived the whole world except for the very elect. And at the end of the day, that's how Yahweh Shema Shah set it up. All right, the elect gonna hear this word. You know, we don't know if we're the elect or not. You know, Lord willing, we be a part of that hopeful number. But hey, we hearken to the word, and you know, this word, the Spirit, Yahweh Shema Shah, they're gonna do the rest. You know, brothers. Some of the elder apostles on down like my brothers. bringing it out, in true sincerity. All right, trying to, fulfill where a lot, we might be. All right. But, let's say, through the spirit and power of Yahshua, if the word is for you, then you're going to hear it, you're going to hearken to it, and you're going to believe the report. All right. And you're going to live by faith. Because we're about to be in some very heavy times. All right, beginning of sorrows, beginning of Jake's trouble. Hey, these devils, like Revelation 12:12, the devil about to come down with that great wrath. All right, he's looking to fill his belly. All right, but we know, referring to Job 20 verse 23, if I'm not mistaken, when he about to fill his belly, the Lord going to hit him with that wrath. All right, them ICBMs. Let me get this real quick. Habakkuk 2:5 said, yet also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. All right, again, characteristics of America and Esau. All right. So never keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. All right. Who enlargeth his desire as hell, the pit, and is as death. All right. And again, we're going into the last thing to be overcome, with death is going to be overcome. All right, with the return of Yahushua. Saying cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations. Again, these devils can't be satisfied. All right. But gather unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. All right. And hey, this is what you're seeing, take place. Verse 6, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. That's why you've seen all these other countries, the weak saying I'm strong. Hey, they tired, a little point in their heart. Hey, they had enough of these devils, these proud ass Edomites over here in Babylon the Great. It said, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. Again, that thick clay going into, that heavy debt. All right. So should they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them? But thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for violence of the land, of the city, and of all them that dwell therein. Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. All right, so let me get that Job real quick. It's Job 20 verse 23. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him. All right, his devils, hey, because let's say, he has said bounds that he cannot pass. All right, the Lord going to enter, Yahweh going to intervene. All right, and when these devils, when he's about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain upon him while he is eating. And that's going to them ICBM missiles. All right. That's why, the times we in, all right, and, through the Spirit, all the brothers and sisters that, receiving this truth, we have made the initial, the initial, step in the correct direction by, receiving, through the spirit and power of Hashem Yahshua, being able to receive this message and, to be able to, begin to set our house in order. All right, starting with ourselves, This Micah 2:10, rise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. So again, through the spirit, we are able to, see this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and we are, departing, all right, spiritually, mentally. We can't really depart physically, all right, but, this is it's all a spiritual thing, all right, mental thing, because we know, the devil, like a roaring lion, walk about seeking whom he may devour, all right, so we are to be, be sober, be vigilant, all right, be aware of what time we are in. All right, Micah 2:10, rise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with sore destruction. So, these people are out in the world that, Lord blind the mind. What it say? If our gospel be hid, it's hid them not. The God of this world, being Esau, blind the minds of them which believe not. Roughly paraphrasing, Lord giving that spirit of slumber. All right, so. Hey, they all in the world, all right, and we know, this this current world under Esau, has a very near end date. Let's see here. I don't know if it's the precept I want or not, but damn, Slovakia. I can't ever get no peace, man. Dang, I messed up. All right, 2 Ezra chapter 8, verse 1, he said, and he answered me, saying, the Most High have made this world for many, but the world to come for few. All right, this world is for many, but the world to come for few. All right, so we had this understanding. All right, we continue on, verse 2. It says, I will tell thee a similitude, Esdras, as when thou askest the earth, it shall say unto thee, that it giveth much mold, whereof earthen vessels are made, but little dust that gold cometh of. Even so is the course of this present world. There be many created, but few shall be saved. All right, so, hey, Lord willing, all sincere Akim, hey, Lord willing be part of that, At the end of the day, the elect gonna be saved. All right, this is what we know. All right, and through faith, we believe. All right. And shalom to all the Akim tuning in. Yahweh Shem Yahshua, Barakathon, Let me get this real quick. Second John 2:15. So Second John, 1 John 2:15. Because those whom are part of the world, all right. What to say? If you were of the world would accept you, all right. But hey, obviously we ain't of the world, But this is 1 John 2:15. So love not the world, neither things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. All right, so at the end of the day, you know, if we ain't built up, you know, with this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, all right, of how to move in the times to come, then, you know, if the Lord ain't put that, you know, spirit on you to endure until the end, then you might fold up. All right, so, you know, that's why I'm getting this, you know, wisdom. All right, you know, continuing in the word, you know, is very essential. All right. Verse 16 says, "For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world." And we know a time gonna come where, hey, even the things we do, you know, have in this world, you know, it's gonna come a time where, you know, we're gonna have to let it go. All right, whether it be family members, all right, you know, you know, whatever it is, all right, it's all at the end of the day, it's all worldly, carnal possessions. And you know, like what say, you know, we're gonna get that back 100 times for, you know, whatever you give up. All right. Verse 17, "And the world passeth away." This world's is gonna pass away. You saw a world gonna pass away, and the lust thereof. All right, but he that doeth the will of the Most High abideth forever. All right, so again, you know, Lord willing, be part of that number, and we, how about I try, you know, give us the spirit to endure until the end. All right, whatever our lot be, you know, if it be to, you know, endure all the way up into, you know, how shot cracking the sky in the chariot, or if we had to, you know, be immortal, however you say that word. If we had to die in this thing, hey, you know, be thou faithful unto death. All right. But we're going to continue to acknowledge Yahweh Shem Yahshua, all right? And, you know, say trust in the Lord, trust in Yahweh, Shem Yahshua, and lean not on their own understanding, acknowledge him in all thy ways, and he shall direct thy paths. You know, Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. All right. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much. Bye, you know. Shalom to all the, you know, Akim, Akwatim. All right. Lil Williams, edifying. You know. Go ahead and wrap it up. With that, say, you know, Kwame Yasha Allah, Ababa Ball, DTA soon.